Okay, big air.
Yes, sir.
Okay, boom. And we live just like that. All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to a special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast. Today, we have a great panelist and a great guest. And Aaron Anderson. First of all, how you doing, bro?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Excellent. I want to send peace to you and your family and send peace to everybody who's watching as we get an in-depth look on a very successful um, man who just came up, and I want to hear your whole upbringing, your life story, and what it was like growing up in Christianity and still having your faith and being successful. Okay, the first thing we want to know is, what are your parents' names?
Willa and Leland Anderson.
Okay, excellent. And you grew up where?
In Chicago, 60644, which is Austin area, Chicago. Born and raised, lived there for until I was about 13, and then we moved to the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay, excellent. And what is your most profound memory of growing up in the church?
Most profound memory is probably when I got to Bill Winston Ministries. I got there maybe about 7 years old, 8 years old. And I had been doing church, but at that age, it started to shift a little bit. Started to understand more. Was getting involved in like children's church and stuff like that. I remember that very well until about 11 years old, and then about 13, it really started to shift because then I started working inside the church, commuting from Naperville all the way back to Chicago to work in a church in the summertime. And I think the most profound thing was just the word of faith, simply. That started to get impounded inside of my head. Faith, faith, faith. And then living in Naperville, you started to like wonder how these people were really doing it, right? But why didn't our communities have it? Because there was a huge racial gap, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
Caucasian or black, right? And where I was coming from, it was all black and brokenness, simply, right? But then where I was going was all Caucasian, and it would appear to be a lot of successful families. So I knew what I wanted, but I really didn't know how to get there. And I was like, my family don't have the means. I don't have the means. So my faith, started to take me there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's basically, I think my most profound memory is just starting to learn what really was.
Okay, excellent. What advice would you give to your 13-year-old self?
Don't think the thoughts and the dreams you have are not real. The thoughts and the dreams you have, that's literally God giving you an impartation of what you could be. Simple. See, I ran into a lady named Tiffany Jordan when I was about 20. And she said, these ideas you have are not normal. I'm a 35, 40-year-old woman, I don't know how old she was at the time. I don't think about this stuff. How are you thinking about it?
Yeah, yeah.
She's the first one to really introduce me that the things that you want, the things that you desire. The great book says God gives you desires of your heart, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I guess you hear that in church, but you really don't know what that means. And so, look, you 13, man, go for it. Simple. You want to make that app? Go for it. You want to create that video game? Go for it. Because that's what God's putting on your heart. So that'd be my advice.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Big Air. Okay, thank you all for continuing to watch the People's Podcast. My next question for you is, what ways did, as far as your parenting, your parents' parenting method, are you going to keep similar to your future children, and what ways are you going to change?
Let's start with what is going to change. My family didn't have a lot, right? So I think the first importance is the understanding of what money is and the understanding of credit. I heard, one of my friends and one of your dear friends, Easy, he told me that his parents put a credit card in his name at, I think he said like 2 years old. And I didn't understand that. Um, I didn't I didn't understand why. Um, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay. I didn't understand why they would put a credit card in his name at 2 years old, but today I do. And I think there's a lot of value in that because what they started to do was build his credit at a young age. And along the way, they taught him about credit. So right away, I want to teach my kids about what is money, the value of money, how it loses, value over time. And then the ways I'm definitely going to keep is my parents are divorced, right? So my mom, faith, faith, faith. You got to stay in church. You got to stay near of what you want to be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like if you don't stay in church, more than likely, you'll stray away. And you can still stray away, but you'll always come back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My father, man of his word, do what you say you're gonna do. Follow through. All you got is your name. Your name don't change. Your name not gonna change. If you be what you want to be known for, who you want to be. Your name is all you got. So that's what my father really instilled in me.
Okay, beautiful. My next question is, what was the hardest part about growing up being a Christian?
There's some, preconceived notion of being perfect, right? I was listening to the radio today, and Lecrae was talking about his battles. That inspired me, man, because I feel like Christians are just now breaking out the gate. Christians shouldn't have earrings on. Christians shouldn't, they shouldn't have an S curl.
Yeah.
Like they live this perfect life. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's a community thing. I don't know what the true answer is. But just forgetting to live, man. Forgetting to live. Forgetting to explore. Right? I think that's part of the hardest part about being a Christian. People forget to explore.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? People forget about Peter in the Bible. People forget
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People forget about that, right? And judging, right? As a Christian, like that's not your job, man. So I was actually researching something the other day, and I was trying to send one of my friends something about Stephen Furtick, pastor in North Carolina, very powerful. And I came across some things that basically said he was a false prophet, right? And Christians, why are you worried about what this man doing? He's impacting people's lives. You know what I mean? He's impacting people's lives. His church donates, millions of dollars every year. Why are you worried about what kind of sneakers he got on? You worry about your own stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The same people. So I think as a Christian, you just have to. I think for me, I just had to find my lane. Right. Once I found my lane, I was able to go through it. I was just able to hit the gas and go, and make my mistakes, trip over whatever rocks is going to be out there, and keep going.
Okay, excellent. My sister Mimi says, "Peace, fam." Thank you, Mimi. Peace. She said, "What's going on, Big Aaron?"
What's going on? Okay.
Okay, but how are you able to not judge? Because in majority of religion, it's a lot of judgment there. But how are you able to not judge?
Because I made my own mistakes. Once I started going down my lane, once I started understanding life a little bit better, listening to a lot of teachings as well, and doing things that I wasn't proud of. Right? You start making mistakes that you're not proud of, you go, I understand them. You start to find some understanding. You start digging in your own bag. I tell my wife all the time. I said, "Babe, what is it like if we put the shoe on the other foot? How does it feel? I mean, it's still tight. Yeah, probably so, right?
Yeah.
So that's generally my rule of thumb. That keeps me from judging, right? Even if, and sometimes I have to catch myself because I think sometimes we don't know what those other people are going through. We don't know what people are going through. I think that's probably one of the biggest problems with the whole Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter movements, right? People don't understand what the other side is going through. They never walked a day in their shoes. You have something that other people don't have. We get to see. We done seen both sides of it. We done grew up in Chicago. We done got to grow up in Naperville.
Yes, sir.
We done seen both sides of the spectrum. And when you don't see both sides of the spectrum, you don't have a dog in the fight.
Absolutely. I agree. Excellent points. Okay, my next question is, what is your favorite church moment?
Favorite church moment? Probably getting baptized, man.
Okay.
Baptized at one of my guys, the guy who actually married me, David Winston, runs a group every summer. I think back then it was called I can't think of the name of it, but basically it's a conference for youth. And I got baptized, and I hadn't been baptized before, but like this time it was just different. It was I'm getting baptized, and the mistakes along the way I make, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness.
Yes, sir.
And that's it, because you getting back in the water is not going to change your heart. You got to start dealing with that inside. So I felt like I felt like this time is the last time, and me and God, we're gonna deal with it on a personal basis. And that was the last time, and that's probably my most profound moment in church.
Okay, wonderful. And I began. You used to be a part of a amazing group called Fantasy. It was like a boy band, singing. Did you? Do you ever sing in church? Have you ever been part of a choir?
Actually, I think maybe about like 5-6 years old. I used to live with my great aunt. Her name was Katie B. Lewis, and everybody was trying to figure out if they were supposed to sing in the church at that age, right?
Yes, sir.
But my thing was more helping people on and off the bus. She had me selling chocolate, stuff like that. It was not my thing. I tried to play the drums for a little bit. That wasn't my thing. So yeah, that was my
Okay, yes, sir. What advice would you give now, newlywed? You know what I'm saying? You in this thing, to how important is faith to marriage?
I think it's everything. Look, man, I don't know if you've seen the movie God's Not Dead. It's on Netflix. Check it out.
Okay.
And I think I heard somebody say the other day, what are you living by? Who do you have to report to? Because you need somebody to check that inner self at the end of the day. You need somebody to check that inner self, to keep you accountable. And I think my wife, she helps me towards what God wants me to do, what I need to be doing better. But God checks my heart on a daily basis along with that. And when she can, when he got her checking me in the natural and he checking me in the spirit, it's a fight that you can win. And so that's why I think faith is just so important before you step into that thing, man. You need a guide, you need a compass, you need something to really make sure you going in the right fight. You going in the right. You getting involved with the right woman. And you getting involved with the right thing. Because some of us, we get involved with things out of brokenness, right? So hopefully your faith can guide you where you're supposed to be.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. I think you big ass teacher. Yeah, are you frozen or am I frozen to you?
You was frozen to me.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm straight now.
Yeah, you good now.
Okay, excellent. Okay, my next question is, I have albums behind me that represent like some of my favorite times and pleasure moments in my life. What album would you choose to represent you? Like, what's one of your favorite albums of all time?
Man, but
No, not just behind me. I'm saying you pick your own album.
I'll pick my own album.
Yeah.
My own album. You got me on a church basis right now, so I'm gonna go with you got me on a church basis right now, so I'm gonna go with Israel Houghton.
Okay.
Israel Houghton is a Christian worship artist, right? And I remember used to hearing my mom and everybody like play him all the time, and church used to play him all the time. But then my church invited him to one of our services, right? To do praise and worship. And I got to interact with him personally and everything. And the atmosphere was just like it was on the album. You know what I mean? Like the energy. So that's one of my favorite artists, hands down. I think the 50 Cent album Behind You is the Nelly album was monumental because those are years you can't never get back, man. Zero Gravity, Air Force Ones, those times you can't never get back, man. And I remember when Air Force Ones used to sell out and you can't find them nowhere. And
yeah.
We were wearing them in Chicago way before they got popular. And those are probably some of my favorite albums, man. Just from memory.
Okay, great. Now, what advice would you give to young men who have lost faith, and you think, can they get faith back?
I would say look at your life today and look at your life when you did have faith. Flip over a piece of paper and write down what your life looked like now and what it looked like then. And I would, I bet life on it that your life was a lot better when you had faith in it. Mm-hmm. You had a better guy. You gotta watch Guys Not Dead. Right?
I'm watching.
Because most people get heartbroken over things they don't understand that happens in life. Right? They start blaming God. How did God take my mom? How did God take my dad? How did God take, whatever from me? And look, man, there's purpose in everything, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I encourage everybody, return because it ain't never too late.
Beautiful. Okay, big head. And I'm gonna watch Guys Not Dead. It's on Netflix. It's a series or is it a?
No, it's a movie. It's on Netflix.
Okay, Guys Not Dead. You hyping it up, big head. I'm about to watch it there. I'm saying I'm watching before I go to work.
No, it's a movie. It's on Netflix.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, Big Aaron, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to just tell us what life. You make everything seem very optimistic, and you showed us the good side of growing up in Christianity. Are your parents? I know I'm proud of you. I know people we all watch you growing up. Are your parents proud of you and how you kept your faith and how you have your faith now?
Yes. They remind me almost every day, right? That you are a role model, that you are and I don't feel like I'm any of those things, right? Like I feel like I'm hustling every day to get it. It's not
Mm.
easy. And I have to put God on the forefront every single day. Um, there's not a day go by between marriage, having a 7-year-old now, you know, running my own business now, running 3 of my own businesses, right? Um, there's not one day that I feel like I can lax off faith, right?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God, today I'm good. It don't work like that. I actually just started implementing with my wife to wake up at 4:30 a.m. or between 4:30 and 5 a.m. every day to try to study because I need more. Because the higher you go, you need more of it, right? It's
Yes,
just
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's just what it is. You need more of it, and then you try to get a workout in to refreshen your day right before, and then you go get it. So it's like that's my pregame, right? I know Coach McEwen. He had a different. Coach McEwen had a different pregame. I appreciate
Pre-game.
Yeah, but I got a different pregame now too, right? So and one day I can't leave without it, man.
Wonderful. You sounded like my parents. 5 o'clock in the morning was prayer time for us, especially growing up. It was mandatory, so that up in the morning pregame. A whole other level. I was gonna ask you, speaking of Coach McEwen, when we used to before we would go against Glenbard East, Naperville Central, and all of the teams playing football, he would, taking the everything, as we, everything we do is for him. He was a very spiritual man and faithful man as well. You being an athlete, how important was faith in sports?
I really didn't make a deep correlation because I didn't know how serious to take sports at the time. I didn't grow up in a sports, like a real true sports home. You know what I mean? I'm the only boy. My parents are divorced. My dad didn't really play sports, so I didn't really make a true correlation. But I think today you can find a lot of your athletes out there, like the Derek Carrs and different people who are Kurt Warners and who are very deep in their faith. When it comes to sports, and I believe they feel like I do about the hospitality industry. This is where God has me, right? So, and I believe that's what they feel about sports as well.
Excellent, beautiful. Well, Big Aaron, thank you for being someone that we all can be proud of. Somebody who represented a great story and how faith has sustained you. I'm proud of you. My family talks about you all the time. How proud of you we are, and I'm sure everybody who's watching you is proud of you, bro. So keep going, Black.
I appreciate it.
Keep going. And I want the exclusive with you and your wife as soon as y'all get time so we can get the exclusive interview.
No, absolutely. We would definitely get that going. She can definitely tell you about her faith journey as well. Because I think, look, the last thing I want to leave you with, man, unless you have more questions, is everybody has a journey. My journey, not your journey not mine. And we all have a destination, right? But it's up to you to stay on your GPS, on your compass, and follow the guide. Follow your roadmap. Don't follow nobody else's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You start following other people's roadmaps, lead you to a place where you don't want to be. If you guys don't know Devon Franklin, I'm sure my guy do. It's Megan Good's husband. He had a series when he first started preaching about movie producer, and basically the sermon was, God is the producer of the movie. You're the main character. Okay, stop getting in the production chair and trying to produce the movie.
Yeah.
You're not the producer, Jake. Leave it alone. If you stay a main character, because when you get in the producer chair, you start miscasting the story. You start making extras, main characters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The main characters extras, right? So, just stay in your lane and go through the process. and the process won't fail you. I saw our guy Tyler Perry reach billionaire status the other day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What amazing thing, right? From the streets of Atlanta to doing what he's doing now, and
absolutely,
a lot of my friends in the hospitality industry got the same story. That have had, like fabric companies and stuff, and that's failed over and over. People try to jump in, in your seat, and they don't understand your story, man. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do what's on your heart, and he won't lead you down the wrong path.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go, Big Aaron. Nene says, congrats again, Aaron. She was saying congratulations again.
Thank
okay. You. Big Aaron, are you ever gonna go into officially like ministry?
I think in some sort, right? I feel like this is ministry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel like this is ministry. I feel like I don't know what in sort. I'm wherever he leads me, G. I'm down going against the grain. I'm
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I feel like this is ministry. I love speaking to especially kids and even adults. Strangely enough, I have people reach out to me sometimes and say, which way should I go? Which way should I do this? But, I feel like this is ministry, man. Whatever we got to do.
Absolutely. And if you, my sister Naima says, congrats, newlywed. And she says, peace, Big Aaron. Okay, boom. If you get a church, if you become a pastor, whatever you do, me and my family gonna keep supporting you, Big Aaron. We ain't got nothing but love for you. And I think you're gonna be you successful at everything you do, but your motivation and your spirituality, you're not on Coach McEwen's level, Coach Lindo level at coaching yet. But keep going. You might be able to be a Coach Lindo one day. You know what I'm saying? You might be, you might be Coach Lindo's one day. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't want to turn red like that.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Black.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I think some people don't understand the importance of faith because they don't understand trials, right? They don't understand the things that make you better. Like people understand I used to be a firefighter. You know that.
Yes, sir.
People don't know I used to be a firefighter, man. And when I was a firefighter, I was in Indiana. I was a volunteer firefighter, and I was, trying to. There's some people probably maybe watching Ed Yoakum and some Brent Yoakum and some of those guys that might be watching my Facebook right now. Real good guys, real good leaders, but they know the testimony of, I never could pass certain tests inside the fire industry. It always felt like this closed door, and the tests were fairly simple, man. I mean, the tests were basic, basic school, questions. But I could never pass the test, and I never understood why. Right, and today I manage over 100, probably 150, $200 million. So like, look, man, I tell our young youth, I was talking to my niece's boyfriend the other day, I don't care what grades you made in school. I don't care what your past is. I don't care what record you have. I don't care how much hanging out you've done. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
Like, just trust God, man. Like, just trust him. Like, just submit. Like,
beautiful, beautiful.
If you do that, you're good. And the trial ain't over once life ain't just one trial.
Yes, sir.
I remember getting the 5-day notice on my doorstep, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I remember those days. But that turned into the 5-day notice was just an introduction to the real estate manager, so I can get in the real estate game. You know what I mean? Like, so, it's transparent. Seize the moment. Like, you're gonna have your feelings out there for a second, but snatch them back and just keep walking through it.
Yes,
you,
sir.
you're gonna be good, man. That's the realest thing I can tell you. So we all got our trials. We all don't get there overnight, um, and it's all gonna turn out okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's all gonna turn out okay. And look, man, teach one, give back. You got to teach somebody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to bring somebody forward. That it's lonely. It's lonely at the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, boy.
It's lonely at the top because coming from the Austin area, to do the things as you grow in faith and to do the things as you grow in your career and as you grow with your family, there are certain things you'll be able to do that other people won't be able to do. It could be due to monetary, it could be due to the way your faith is set up, it could be due to the way your posture is, within yourself now, and because you don't keep hanging out with the people you used to hang out with, because
Yeah.
So you have to teach somebody, you have to bring somebody along to uh to join the walk with you. Some people just just grab that brother, grab that sister. I'm not talking about color. You know what I mean? Just grab that brother, grab that sister by the hand, and bring somebody with you.
Yes, sir.
And if they don't get caught up in they did me wrong and all that kind of stuff. But you can't take those burdens nowhere but to the grave. They don't go. They don't do you no good. They don't do you
Yes,
no
sir.
good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Burdens ain't gonna promote you forward, man. And I know it's harder than being said than done, but our stars, our celebrities are hurting. Our celebrities hurt from mental illness, and
Absolutely.
we all go through something. We all get hurt by somebody. But I'm a big fan of um, seeing psychiatrists and all that good stuff, man.
Yes,
So
sir. Same here. Same here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
take care of those issues because those are in the natural. Now, your faith will help you get through that stuff, but sometimes we need stuff in the natural to spill out. Sometimes we need to be able to talk to somebody. Me and you have me and you have talks all the time. I'm blessed to have a brother from high school that has seen my struggle, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm blessed to have a brother that lives in Denver that I can call on at any time, right?
Yeah.
I don't keep a lot of brothers, but the ones that I can call on them, right? And you blessed if you can have a handful.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You blessed if you can have a handful. So, my pastor always say, just keep walking by faith.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful, Big Ant. All right, we about to pass the collection plate. Big Ant in here teaching. Yes, sir. Mimi said you're preaching, Big Ant. Naima said they're giving the applause hands.
I love you, my sister. I love you.
Yeah, man. We just proud of you, Big Ant. We needed this. Today I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I'm gonna chop it up, put it on Facebook and Twitter. I just want to keep showing positive role models. Period. But especially to the young Black men who need some show that you can make it, bro, in a legal way. Big Aaron, you did it, bro. I'm telling you, I'm so happy for you, man.
Thank
I'm happy
you.
for you.
Thank you. Look, we all don't get blessed to live in a safe environment. We all don't get blessed to do that. We all don't get blessed to grow up in church. But if you get an itch that you want to do the right thing, go with that itch. If you get a moment that you feel like I shouldn't be doing this, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. My wife taught me a saying: if you doubt, then don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you doubt, then don't. Take it to the grave with you, man. If you doubt, then don't. And find the right path. It's not easy, man. I remember those austere days. But if you doubt, then don't. Me and my brother sometimes, man, that you want to cry because of the place that you have wish you could make it to. You wish you could, and you partially there. You know.
Yes, sir.
I think it's not easy, and if you doubt, then don't, young man. If you think you're gonna get caught, you're probably gonna get caught.
Yes, sir.
So that's how it. And look, follow me, add me here, find me on LinkedIn. Aaron Anderson, Merit Hospitality is the name of the company. Reach out. I will help whoever. I'm in the hotel industry. However I can help. Our industry is going through a little bit of something right now, but it will bounce back. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wherever I can help, I will.
Wonderful. Thank you, Big Al. I'm gonna shoot some people to you because last week we started it, and I had he used to come to Naperville too, but he was from Hillcrest. He played basketball, football. He was the first guest, and then you the second one. Just people growing up in religion. And he said he's a golfer, and he said the same thing you said. If anybody needs some help, as soon as I put it on YouTube, somebody hit me. I said, as soon as somebody, I'm sending them straight to you, Big Al. I'm telling you, we need some positive role models, bro. I'm sending them straight to you, boy.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm here for it.
With it. Thank you, and please get the love and greetings to your family. And I'm happy for you, Vlad.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Take that Rams hat off, though, bro.
Speaking of Kurt, see, I wear this for Kurt Warner, not for the new Rams. I wear this for Kurt Warner, the greatest show on turf. This is why I'm a Rams fan, not the new Rams.
Okay, greatest show on turf.
Yeah, greatest show on turf.
They might be the greatest show on turf this year.
You said who?
Tampa Bay might be the greatest show on turf this year.
Oh, you already know. You already know what's going on. You already know what's coming. I keep letting everybody. I ain't got nothing to say. We might go undefeated. I might even exaggerate. We might go undefeated. Don't sleep. Do not sleep on Tampa Bay. I'm telling everybody, do not sleep on Tom Brady. I'm telling y'all, boy.
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
All right, but thank y'all for watching People's Podcast. I'm putting on YouTube. I'm sending the link.
All right, very good.